Have you ever tried to solve a Rubik's Cube and failed miserably? Hi there! If you've had a Rubik's Cube for years, scrambled it once and never solved it, this is the tutorial for you. We're going to teach you how to solve a Rubik's Cube. There are three types of pieces that make up the cube: the center piece, the edge piece, and the corner piece. Center pieces have one side and do not move regardless of how much you turn the cube. So if we turn the cube around a little bit, what we can see here is that no matter what you do, there will always have the yellow centerpiece and the white centerpieces being opposite to each other, the green and the blue being opposite, and the same for the orange and the red. Now, edge pieces have two sides and corners have three. Now, the cube can be divided up into layers. As you can see here, we have the first layer. We can go all around. It's made up of the top face and all of this row right here. Now, we also have the middle layer right here, so it's made up of all the middle sides, everything in the middle, and then we have the bottom layer, which is this face right here, and everything in the bottom layer right there. So all of this. Now, it's easy to think of the cube as just being all these faces, and you have to solve all the faces separately, but the way to solve a cube is to start thinking about it in layers. It'll make a lot more sense once we start diving into the tutorial. When holding a Rubik's Cube, there are 6 different letters to represent which side of the cube you're turning. Each letter indicates turning the layer clockwise if you're facing that side. The letters used are R for right, L for left, U for up, D for down, F for front, and B for back. If you want to turn a layer counterclockwise, the move is prime. For example, R prime is turning the right layer counterclockwise. This means turning counterclockwise looks like this: R prime, L prime, U prime, D prime, F prime, and B prime. If you want to turn a layer twice, you add a 2 to the move. For example, R2 is turning the right layer twice. This means turning each side twice looks like this: R2, L2, U2, D2, F2, and B2. The first step in solving a Rubik's Cube is to create a white cross on the top of your cube, which will be looking like that. You will also be matching the second color of each edge piece with the center. So for example, we're going to have a white piece here, but this is also going to perfectly match up here, so this needs to be the white and blue edge piece. In this case, we're just going to look around, we're going to look for these white edge pieces. This is the easiest one that you can get. So what we can see here is we're trying to match this white edge piece up here, but we also want it to match up with the red piece right here. So this is already matched up with the red piece, and all we're going to do is we're just going to face it like this, and we're just going to do an L prime movement. And as we can see, this is matched up perfectly along here. We're going to look around the cube, and we're going to find the next edge piece we're going to use. And we can look on the bottom, we can see that right here we have the blue and white edge piece. So our goal here is to take the blue and white edge piece, and we're going to line it up with the blue center piece like so. Now that we have the blue and white edge piece lined up with the blue center piece, we're going to rotate this face so that way it lines up here. So we're going to do the F2 movement. And now that we've done the F2 movement, we're going to have this lined up, and we're still going to have the red lined up. So you can see we're starting to form the cross here, and we're making sure that this all lines up. Now we're going to look around a bit more. You can see we have the green and white edge piece here. So this is the same situation where we're going to just match it up. So now that we have this matched up, we're going to do the F2 movement again, and now we're starting to form the cross. So we're going to look around a bit more. Now that we have this, we are looking for that last edge piece, and we're in a bit of a more awkward position here. The edge piece isn't immediately on the bottom, but that's okay. What we can do is we can easily try to line this back up over here. Now that we have this lined up, we have the greens together, and we're going to bring the white to the center. Then we can move this back up. Now, solving the white cross is pretty intuitive. You don't really need any algorithms, and as we can see, everything is lining up perfectly. Now that all of our edge pieces are in place, we need to insert the corner pieces and complete the first layer. So we're going to look on the bottom, and we're going to try to match up. We're going to find these white corners, and we're going to see the two other parts. So in this case, we have the white, red, and blue corner. So this is already lined up for us, but our goal is to put this in between the two faces that line up with the extra colors. So in this case, we're looking for this white corner. We see that it's red and blue as well, so we're going to put it in between the red and blue. Now we're going to see that the white is facing on this side, so our goal here is going to be doing this little algorithm. D prime, R prime, D, R. Now, again, this can also be done intuitively, but that's just an algorithm to make it a little bit simpler. But our goal is just to put that corner piece up here. And as you can see, we're solving this face. We're also getting that first layer. You can see everything is lining up a bit perfectly. So now we're going to look again. We have a white corner piece, and as we can see, it's orange and green. So we're going to put it in between the orange and green faces. And now that we've done that, we're going to do the same algorithm, except it's on the left side, so it's going to be a little different. We're going to do D, L, D prime, L prime. Now we can see that we've moved it up here. We're going to look around a bit more, and oh, we have a corner right here. We're going to try to get it down and out of the way, so that way we can insert it back in there correctly. So we're going to do a little R prime, D prime, R. Now it's out of the way and it's on the bottom, but as you can see here, they're a little messed up. The white is not facing any direction that we can make use of it. It's facing downwards. So what we're going to do here is we're going to line it up like we want to put it in here, and we're going to do this algorithm. R prime, D2, R. Now that we've done that, we can see that it's facing up. The white piece is facing outwards towards us, and we can line it up to the algorithm again. We have an orange and blue piece, so we're going to move it over here, and we're going to do the same algorithm as before. D, L, D prime, L prime. Now, we almost have it complete. We just got to find that last piece. Again, it's on the bottom. The white side is facing down, away from the white side, so we're going to line it up, and we're going to do that same algorithm as before. R prime, D2, R. You can see it's facing upwards now in a position where we can use it. We're going to line it up in between the green and the red, because it's the green, red, and white corner piece. And we're going to do the same algorithm before. D, L, D prime, L prime. Now we have completed the first layer. So now that we have solved this first layer, we're going to flip the cube around so that way the yellow side is facing up and the white side is facing down. Now our next goal, now that we've solved the first layer, is to solve the second layer. And to do that, we're going to be looking for these edge pieces that don't have yellow on them. So in this case, we found one pretty easily. This is the green and red edge piece. So our goal here is to insert this green and red edge piece in between the green and red face pieces. So we're going to line it up so that way this edge piece lines up and makes a perfect upside down T. So in this case, the green side is facing us, so we're going to want to line it up so that way we see this perfect upside down T. We're going to look up and we're going to see that this is the green and red edge pieces, and the red face piece is to our left. So we're going to do this algorithm right here. U prime, L prime, U, L, U, F, U prime, F prime. We've got the first piece in there. We're going to look around and we see right here we have the blue and orange edge piece. So we're going to line it up like we did before. Now we have this perfect upside down T right here, and we see this is the orange piece and the orange is to the left. So in that case, whenever we want to put it into here, we're going to do this algorithm. U prime, L prime, U, L, U, F, U prime, F prime. Now that we've done that, we can see that it's perfectly inserted. Look around some more. All right, so now we're going to put the orange and green edge piece in over here. So again, we're looking at this. We're making sure we have that perfect upside down T. We're going to look above. That's green. Green is to our left, so we're going to do this algorithm. U prime, L prime, U, L, U, F, U prime, F prime. So now that we've done that, we can see that it is perfectly lined up. We're starting to fill out that second layer, and we only have one piece left. And look, it's perfectly lined up for us already. We got that beautiful upside down T. We have the red edge piece right here, and we got the red face piece over here. So we're going to do a little bit of a different algorithm, same idea again. U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, U, F. Now that we have that completely done, we have finished the second layer and we're moving on to the top. Now there are a couple of different situations you can find yourself in when you solve the second layer. You can have this case right here, which is the most basic case and one that will lead into the other cases, but you don't have any yellow pieces lined up on the yellow face side. Now, there's another situation where you can have two edge pieces facing up, one where they are forming an arrow and one where they're forming a line. Or you can get really lucky and you can already have that yellow cross set up. But our goal in this is to take any of those situations and turn it into the yellow cross. Now, in this case, we don't have any pieces facing up, and so we're going to do an algorithm to get two of them facing up. Now, in this case, our goal is to start on any side because any side will work since we don't have any yellow pieces already facing up. And we're going to do this algorithm right here. F, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime. So now that we've done that, we have two yellow edge pieces facing up with a yellow face center, and our goal is to turn this into the yellow cross. So we're going to turn it sideways like this. So that way we have the yellow line facing horizontal. So now that we have the two yellow edge pieces facing up, we're going to do a slightly different algorithm. We're going to make sure that the line is facing horizontally, and we are going to do F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. Now that we've done that, we will have solved the yellow cross. This is another case that we may run into. What we're going to have here is we're going to have the yellow face side with two edge pieces facing up. Instead of forming a line, they're going to form an arrow like this. Now, in this case, the way we're going to solve this is by positioning it so the arrow right here is going to be pointing down to the right. So once we have this condition, what we're going to do is this algorithm. F, U, R, U prime, R prime, F prime. So now that we have solved the yellow cross, our goal is to next solve the yellow face. The goal after that is to finish it off by solving this layer. But first, we're just going to focus on making sure all these yellow pieces are facing upwards with the face. So whenever you solve the yellow cross, you can come into three possible situations. The first situation is that you have no yellow corners facing up. The second is that you will have one, and the third situation, which is what we have, is where you have two. Now, in the case where you have two yellow corners facing up, our goal is to find a yellow edge piece that isn't facing up on the left side and have it face us like this. We have another one over here, but it's on the right side, so this algorithm won't work when it's facing us like this. We're going to want to get this corner that is on the left side of this right here. It's this headlight right here. It's going to be facing us. Now that we have this, we're going to do this algorithm, and this is the algorithm that you're going to stick for the rest of them. It's all about orientation. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Now we have the ideal case, which is when we only have one yellow piece facing up. Now, in this case, we are going to orient it so it is in the bottom left corner, similar to how we wanted that bottom left one to be facing us. But now the bottom left one is facing up, and we're going to do the exact same algorithm. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Now that we have solved for this, we have the yellow cross, and we have the ideal case, which is where we have one yellow piece facing up. Now, we're going to want to do this algorithm where we have this yellow piece facing towards us. And the algorithm we're going to do is, again, the same one as before. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Now we've solved for the white face, but there still is the possibility that you'll run into the situation where you have no pieces. We're going to go over that. In the case where you have absolutely no pieces, no yellow pieces facing up, our goal here is to find a case where you have one yellow headlight facing you on the left side. Now we're going to do the exact same algorithm as before. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Now in this case, we have two yellow headlights, as we did before. We're going to have them with the left piece facing us here. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. Now we have the ideal case. We're going to have the left headlight. We're going to want to get this right headlight here facing us, so we're going to do the same thing. R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And again, R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. So now we have solved the yellow face, and our next goal is going to be to finish solving the cube by getting this entire row. Now that we have solved the yellow face, our next goal is to finish solving this cube by filling out the third and final layer. So what we're going to look for is for headlights, which are going to be 2 of the same matching colors like this, and our goal is to put it to the right of us. Now, if you don't have any headlights, which is a possibility, just do this algorithm at like this, and you will get 2 of them, and then you'll just do it again. So the algorithm has us with the 2 headlights on the right like this, with the face facing us this way, and we're going to rotate the cube like this so the white face is facing us. We're going to still have these headlights on our right like this, and we're going to do this following algorithm. R2, D2, R, U, R prime, D2, R, U prime, R. Now you can see the white face is back together. We can look up, and we have a bunch of headlights now, and we have a completely solved side. So we're going to match up the solved side with the solved face, and we're going to move on to the final algorithm. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look, and we're going to see how we want to rotate these centerpieces. So we see that we have the red centerpiece up on the top away from the blue side, and we want to move that to the right. So our goal is to have this piece go here, this piece go here, and this piece go here. So we're going to have a little triangle like this. In the case where your triangle is moving this way, you're going to do this algorithm. R prime, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, U prime, R prime, U, R, U, R2. So in the case where we now have the red piece wanting to go to the left side, so we're going to have this triangle going like this, we're going to do this algorithm instead. R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R, U, R, U prime, R. And now you will have solved your Rubik's Cube completely. Thank you for watching our tutorial. Subscribe for more amazing Rubik's Cube related content.
That is never to come.
Yeah.
That will never happen.